All right, here we are going to cover the 3 phases of email marketing. So, some of you just starting, you are a beginner. And for those of you just starting, I recommend starting on MailChimp. That's actually where I started, and it was very simple to use and to learn, and it was totally free. Once you get to a certain number of subscribers, you have to start paying. But a zero people on your list, and you don't have to pay. So that's awesome. I highly recommend it if you're just getting started. There are also other options out there. I have heard of Aweber or Constant Contact, but I can't recommend them because I really have never used them. And so if you're just getting started as well, you can use PayPal to accept money. You don't need a full-on store or shop. You can get started with PayPal. It's just not a great option once you get into phase 2 where you are taking off. You're getting orders coming through. PayPal limits the transaction amount. So they could just one day, you could get a great order coming through and then all of a sudden they're holding your money. And so that's not fair to you, and you want that money in your bank account. So you don't want to be reliant on PayPal once you hit a certain level, once you have consistent cash flow and you're starting to get in a rhythm. So phase 2 is advanced, and that's when you want more of an e-commerce look to your payment methods. So when you get into advanced, and this is when you want to start getting a little bit more serious about segmenting your customers and charging higher dollar amounts for your products and services. This is when you want your email list and your products all in one place so that you can track who is buying and do more consistent and effective follow-ups. This is also when you want you want an e-commerce shop and you want to appear more professional for your customers when accepting all credit cards, not just PayPal anymore. So the system I have used when I got to this level, I started on MailChimp and then realized I, really wanted more tracking and more consistency in my analytics. So I moved into One Shopping Cart. And I love it. I'm still on One Shopping Cart. It's been really, really valuable to me. Another system I have heard works really well is WooCommerce. And that is actually a free system. You can use a plugin to get into to put it into WordPress, but I haven't used it. Can't recommend it. I have just heard great things about it. So, but I highly recommend One Shopping Cart. All right, so phase 3 is a rock star. You are taking off and you are now hiring people, you're delegating things, you have other people on your team, because I will tell you, once you get to this phase, and this is where I'm headed, depending on when you are listening to this video, I may be on Infusionsoft, I may still be on One Shopping Cart, but this is what my transition is right now. And I will tell you, once you do Infusionsoft, number 1, it's a little more expensive, and number 2, you need help for someone to help you figure it out, because you don't want to be in the weeds here. So when you have a consistent high cash flow and you want to put more systems in place to segment and track your customers, this is when you move to Infusionsoft. You should never start on Infusionsoft. And this is also when you have the time to implement the system, as it involves training and new processes. You will need to hire someone to help you use this system, because you should not be focused on figuring it out yourself. You need to be focused on making that income, not in the weeds figuring out Infusionsoft. So you have a business to run, so leave the technical system for the experts once you get into this phase. So this is where we're headed. Might be where I am right now, and I can tell you it's a lot of work once you get to this level, but once it's all installed, it's so worth it.